travelling through peak hour traffic in Bengaluru at a pace where we are quite literally being overtaken by pedestrians. This is not unusual. This is the way it is in the city, day in, day out. We're pretty much going at walking pace. The pedestrian there walking alongside us and pretty soon is going to overtake the car. There is in fact a joke where somebody offers a person a lift and the person says, "I'm in a bit of a hurry. I think I'll walk." And if we're not crawling along, well, then we're at a complete standstill. This is Bannerghatta Road in the city, one of the many, many roads where traffic is just a question of crawling along. There are many reasons for this. Sometimes it's poor road quality. Sometimes it's because these are narrow roads which were never built for this much traffic. Also, people say because there's not enough public transport. And another big issue is, of course, the ongoing mega projects, infrastructure projects, which are taking forever to complete. It's not a question of how far something is in Bengaluru. It's often a question of how long does it take. Well, we've picked up speed now. The speedometer is actually showing 10 kilometers an hour. We're traveling at almost 10 kilometers an hour, which is not really very fast. Not very fast, but here in India's IT capital, we tend to travel slowly at the peak hour, as it takes us hours to get from place A to place B. No surprise, cars standing still in Bengaluru traffic. The traffic jams of the city are very, very well known, not just across the country, catching worldwide attention as well. Location technology specialist TomTom has now released a survey which says that Bengaluru is the city with the worst traffic in the whole world. Now that's a dubious distinction if ever there was one. Bengalurians may not be very surprised. Were you surprised? Tara of Citizens First, Bengaluru Citizens. Were you surprised?
Well, we are at the top of something and you're complaining, huh? I see.
We're never happy.
Well, one of the big problems I think when we do a traffic survey is that if you think about the word traffic, the first thing that comes to mind is vehicles, cars, bikes, right? So when you do a survey that says traffic is a problem, the automatic things that government starts to think of to solve the problem is to build more roads, is to build more flyovers. My suggestion is that we term it a transport survey, and that will then reveal where the gaps are in public transport. That the suburban train is missing in Bangalore. Do you spot the suburban train? No, it's missing. We have 1.3 crore people and hey, no suburban train. We have the same government at the city, at the state, at the center and still no suburban train. We got 17,000 crores sanctioned and we are still waiting on the suburban train. We have very little of the metro running. And the only really heavy lifting public transport is the bus.
If you look at these hundreds of vehicles that are passing us right now here on the corner of Mahatma Gandhi Road, most of them are private cars, private vehicles. We do see auto rickshaws. There is one bus here. This bus has been coming all the way from the airport. We can see the distant airport. Another airport bus as well. But essentially, these are basically private cars. Srinivas, I guess you're also not really surprised that we're ranking right up there.
Yeah, I'm not like the kid that discovered that Santa is not real. I'm very happy that the TomTom is TomToming the whole world because we already feel the pain, now the whole world knows more about it and that's always a good thing. And also some of the surveys I feel are trailing indicators, Maya, in the sense that we already know it and somebody else has now enumerated it. So it's always a good thing. Because that basically makes put the more pressure on the political class. The only
no longer anecdotal. We always say we have the worst traffic in the world, but if somebody verifies
all over the world, they already know that Bengaluru has the worst traffic. In San Francisco, in London, they talk about Bengaluru traffic. In the second sentence, after the first sentence being we are the best IT city in Asia, the second sentence will be about that traffic, right? So this actually normalizes it or makes it validates that logic. But the only reason we are on the top of the list is none of the cities this big as Bengaluru don't have mass public transport. We don't. All we have is the humble bus.
Yes.
We don't
the
have.
Bus there, one bus right behind you.
After 13 years, we have a grand total of 42 kilometers of metro. It's an utter failure in execution, but it is ridiculous amount of money spent on something to very little to show for. So we better pull up the socks and get the metro construction fast and going.
So buses, the suburban rail, really some of the big takeaways, public transport, mass transit really for people, and then maybe Bengaluru will be able to hit the #1 spot for better reasons, for reasons we can actually be proud of. With JM Kumar, Maya Sharma in Bengaluru for NDTV.